Hey guys, it's day 12 of the 31 days of Halloween. This is the second review I'm doing today because I kind of got caught behind, but this is day 12 technically. And I watched Society. It's a movie I've had on my list for a long time just because I've heard it's so kind of wild and crazy, and it's directed by Brian Yuzna, or I don't know how you say his name, but he's kind of infamous, I guess, in the horror community. He did From Beyond, and he did work on some of the Reanimator films, Beyond Reanimator, and he actually came up with a story for Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, which I had no idea until I looked up. This movie is a pretty ham-fisted analogy, I guess, of high society, hence the name. The film follows this kid who's kind of in this strange family, and he always feels like something's off about his parents and his sister, and he doesn't quite know what's going on. And he's talking to kind of a therapist, and he's just seeing these different things with kids in school, and everybody just seems kind of out of sorts to him. And eventually he finds out that, and this isn't a spoiler because the name's in the title and it's from the get-go, you're getting this, that everybody is kind of in this weird kind of society that he doesn't know about. And like I said, it's a really ham-fisted, like, political, kind of, not political, but messaging that and Brian Yuzna said he written it as kind of like a little bit of like his like, not really fear, but feeling of people in Beverly Hills. And it's pretty obvious. I mean, there are a lot of things that, even not necessarily that have to do with the central plot, but ideas that, getting invited to parties and high school hierarchy and that kind of thing. It's the whole movie's about. There's even a line that happens towards the climax of the movie where it's like, I think the guy says something like, the rich have been sucking off the poor for years, something like that. So it's very, very obvious what the movie's about. And as I was saying, the climax of the movie is like the probably the biggest reason to watch the movie. I mean, the whole movie is good, but the end of the movie, the final, I guess it's 30 minutes, maybe not even that, 20 minutes, is like chaos. It's pure insanity. And they have this weird thing where they just become like gelatinous, like blobs of human flesh with like arms stretching out and like their body just melting and moving. It's such a strange, like, kind of gross looking with like this weird gelatinous stuff all over them. It's really weird, and they can do these strange manipulation with everything. Like, they can grow different looking joints and and they can like join together and create weird monstrosities. There's a scene with his mother laying in bed, and she has no arms, but she's got like these man arms that are coming out as like her legs because they're like hairy and really big. And then she gets out of the bed, and so she's standing on her hands basically, and then her daughter's head like swings out from the bottom. It's really strange. And then there's kind of the famous scene where earlier in the film he'd called his father a butthead, and so there's a scene where his father is literally like a butthead, and he says, I guess I really am a butthead, and the kid runs out. The movie's like very 80s in a lot of spots. Like, a lot of the hair is really crazy and big, and all the clothes they're wearing. It's a pretty good film. It actually gets going pretty quickly. It's never boring. The acting is, fairly good. I wouldn't say it's, anything insane, but it's good enough. It's definitely passable, especially for a movie, in the 80s. It's, if you've seen like a horror film from the 80s, it's right on par. And this came out late 80s, 89, but it still has that, even early 90s movies look a little bit more 80s, if you will. I mean, I definitely like this one. The lead actor, Bill Whitney, was actually in Halloween 2, if you can spot him. And he looks very familiar. I mean, he kind of looks a little bit like Michael J. Fox in a little ways. He's just got that nose and everything. And his personality a little bit is that way, too. He's kind of frantic. And in the whole movie, he just thinks he's going insane because everything he's seeing and everybody's acting so strange. He can't figure out what's real, what's not. He thinks he sees people dying, but you know, they're not, he goes back there and they're not dead, or thinks he hears something and then it's gone off of the tape that he listened to it on. It's all kind of about paranoia and kind of this class of people that are just kind of above you, and you have to be kind of born into that, and that's kind of what the movie plays on. So that is Society. I watched this on Shudder as well, but it's on Amazon Prime, I know for a fact, and it's definitely worth checking out. I waited a long time to watch it, but I finally got around to it for the 31 days of Halloween. So this is the second review I've done today, which is, you know, why I'm wearing the same shirt. I don't know what I'm gonna watch for the next review. I have been able to kind of give you guys a little bit of an update on what's coming up, but in this one I don't have an idea. I'm just gonna probably come home from work and just throw a movie on. So I hope you guys like the review. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, because I've got, 20 more reviews coming, and a lot more than that. I plan on doing this for just beyond 31 days of Halloween. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.